So in what we are going to learn today's class is basically yesterday what we just learned about the basic introduction. So mana topics, what are the topics we are going to cover, how we are going to be planning up this next 30 days and basic stuff of project. These things we have discussed today. Before going to activities, I will explain the working days and month end calendar, because working days ante enti and month end calendar ante enti, these are the very important one. Without that we cannot work any activities. So simply what is the, like, we are having a February, January, these all are months, right? Same way in companies also, when we are working, mostly what we used to do as a accountant, you need to responsible of the activities will be segregated based on the voice is audible, I think. If not, please let me know. Voice inpadakapothe cheppandi. So basically our activities are divided into working days. That will be the other than weekend days, like Saturday, Sunday, we are going to be exclude activities. How we are going to be prepare the month end calendar, now I will explain to you so that you will get idea. If you join some XYZ company, whether it is a captive based clients or captive own company or any service based company, you join some XYZ company. So when you join that company, all activities has been segregated and tracking like this. And for that each activity we have to do when we are going to supposed to do this activity and which day we have to complete this activity. Likewise, we used to prepare the calendar. That is what we are going to learn now. Basically, this calendar will be, we have to update on every monthly, and whether it is prepared by team leader or by yourself, it is simply the days which we are going to work in the specific week or specific month. We need to exclude weekend, Saturday, Sundays are going to be excluded. Apart from that, any holidays we need to exclude. Exclude in the sense, మనం అవి కన్సిడర్ చేసుకోకూడదు. సో ఓన్లీ వీక్ వర్కింగ్ డేస్ మాత్రమే ఈ month end calendar lo we have to capture those working days when we are supposed to be do. This all instructions already client has been provided one time, and every month based on the this working days you need to update. Then you will do this activity based on this calendar. So this is simply plan of action what we are going to do activities based on the working day calendar. This is called as a month end checklist. Example, first activity, if you take this salary activity, we are supposed to do working day -3. What is meaning of -3? What is the meaning of +3? I will explain now. So basically, when we are trying to do any activity, -3 means suppose we are right now into February month. So in February month, until 31st January related books, we are closing. There is a February month related books right now. You are closing as assumption that you are closing February related books now. So in the January month, last 3 days we called as a like a minus. This is the -1. This is the -2. This is the -3. This is the -4. And followed up the current month, what we are currently in the February month. Previous month లో ఉన్న లాస్ట్ డేస్ అన్నిటిని మనం మైనస్ డేస్ అంటాం. కరెంట్ మంత్ లో మనం ఏదైతే ప్రీవియస్ మంత్ బుక్స్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తున్నామో వాటిని +1, +2, +3 ఇలా అంటాం. బట్ where it comes to the Saturday and Sunday, so February 1st and 2nd, Saturday, Sunday, the Saturday, Sunday, it will be there. So you have to update working day plus 1 will be the Monday for the January month books closure. Why this is important means our SAP period will going to be closed based on this working days calendar. Suppose on work day 1 we are going to close AP related period, like in SAP point of view we do have a 12 accounting periods and 4 special periods, and that period will be closed on specific working day. So once the period is closed in SAP, we cannot able to post the journals or invoice postings or any kind of adjustment entries. That is why we are following this calendar based on the working days. The working days will be first time we will get the from the client, or sometimes what happened, we will send this activities to the client will update and send back to you, and you are the person of accountant and you are the person of process associate or senior associate or analyst, whatever the names, మనకు నేమ్స్ అనేవి different names ఉంటాయి, but this is your company code and this is your country, this is the person who is the responsible person, and these are the activities and this is the activities due date and what is the date of that activity and status, whether it is completed or not completed or not started or WAP. This all will be tracking this calendar. These all activities which we are going to do as per the agreed times. Based on these timelines only you have to perform your activities. So మన ఈ క్యాలెండర్ ప్రకారం మనము యాక్టివిటీస్ ని పర్ఫామ్ చేయాలి. That is what we call as a SLAs, service level agreements. This is the agreement with the client and company. Suppose you are working Genpact and Genpact got some XYZ client from US country, and client these activities are performing, and that activities Ramesh is the responsible person. He has to perform this activity on workday 3, workday -3. If this is the SLA, SLA is nothing but agreement, service level agreements, and these SLAs are basically, it will be measure of your performance. Suppose you supposed to be do these 10 activities. Out of these 10 activities you completed on time only 9 activities. One activity you have not completed within the timeline what we are agreed between our Genpact company and client of so and so Philips or any client which they are having the clients. సో మీరు ఆ యాక్టివిటీని ఆన్ టైంలో కంప్లీట్ చేయలేదనుకోండి, దెన్ యు ఆర్ బ్రీచింగ్ ఆఫ్ SLAs. Then company of Genpact has to pay some penalties to the client. Client is nothing but we are supposed to be closing up books, the person business. So this company books అనేది మనం క్లోజ్ చేస్తున్నాం, మనకు ఈ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ని అసైన్ బై ది క్లయింట్, and you are working under the payroll of Genpact. Genpact having Philips client or example I am giving, and any kind of Sony client or any kind of Tata client, like that they do have a different clients. One of the client, one of the region like European region or US region, each region wise different person responsible, and it will be responsible activities assigned based on this activity, and based on this timeline you are supposed to be do activities, and if you are not able to complete then you are breaching of SLAs, and our company of Genpact has to pay penalties based on the severity. Because మనం ఈ ఫైనాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఆ రోజు ఈ యాక్టివిటీని పర్ఫామ్ చేయలేదు అనుకోండి, then we cannot able to complete our financial statement as per the workday 3. Then it is getting a delay of financial statements, and the company is not able to publish the financial statements, and company not able to submit the same financial statements to their local statutory bodies. Then it is getting a complication of statutory violation of the company policies. So that is, these all are interlinked. That is why we have to comply with the activities as per the timelines, unless otherwise. Suppose ఇక్కడ మనకి some input details, అంటే మనం ఈ యాక్టివిటీ పర్ఫామ్ చేయడానికి some data required from the client. Example, payroll related files you need to get from the client. Client is nothing but business who are doing the business in the country where they are doing the business. Client we call as a business clients అనేది మనము MNC companies లో మనము terminology యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. Suppose you are supposed to be get salary files and workday -3, then only you can able to prepare the journal for this activity. But you have not received that input file in the sense HR department, how much salary is supposed to be paid for the respective client in their country. The same file has to be delivered to you, then only based on the data you can able to prepare the journal. But you have not received the journal like input file, then you need to do the follow-up. If still not received, you need to inform to your team leader or manager and they will do the follow-up. If not received by them, problem from their side, then our manager or team leader will going to be escalate this matter to their management. Their management will be responsible person to send this data. So in this case, and if suppose escalation means like when you are not getting the input data on time, they are the responsible person, you are not the responsible person. That time SLAs, it can be even though if you violate or if you not perform the activities as per the timeline, then it is up to fine because the mistake is from their side, not from our side. Then we no need to pay penalties to the clients. So that is why these all activities are dependent on the working day, month and calendars. This some companies we call as a working days, like -1, -2. మీరు ఏ కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళి ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో అడిగినా కూడా tell me what are the activities you are performing and tell me what is your month close cycle and which day you perform which activity. Like that in interviewer will ask the question as a part of this R2R small simple question. Then if you don't know anything about SLAs or activities when you are going to perform and what is the meaning of working days and what is the meaning of business days, if you don't aware of this all small thing, then immediately what they get to know that you do not have an experience but you came for interview without knowing anything and some kind of fake experience, and like that they immediately got to know that you do not have proper experience and you are trying to look in the opportunities. Like that they will get to know. That is why this is a simple thing you need to learn, as it's very important. If you go to any company wherever you go, any team, either R2R, P2P, OTC or FPnA, every team has to follow this kind of some kind of trackers, that what we call as a month end checklist. Some companies they call as a activities list. This will be the Bible for, and Quran, Bible are different regions we do have, right? Same way this company's point of view, this is activities checklist is the key. Based on this only we will prepare the SLAs. So, someone is calling us. Okay, sorry, both of you. And so basically this activities has been divided into this tracker, that what we call as a and month end checklist or month end tracker. So మీరు ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో వాళ్ళు అడిగినప్పుడు we are going to perform the activities as per the MEC checklist or month end calendar. how it will be segregated? I mean, usual any company workday -4 to workday +4. ఇలాగా overall గా in monthly 30 days will be there. Out of 30 days, like Saturday, Sunday, uh, 4 weeks we need to exclude. 4 weeks into 2 means like 8 days we need to exclude, and 22 days will be available to perform your activities. Out of 22 days,
ఈ షరత్ కి ఒకసారి కాల్ చేస్తారా? షరత్ కి
మా స్క్రీన్ విజిబుల్ కదా, మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది కదా స్క్రీన్? నవీన్, హలో.
సార్ కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే. Okay, so sorry for interruption. So basically, activities has been divided into this activity tracker. Based on this each activity, we have timelines, like how many hours it will take each activity. For example, this will take 3 hours, this will take 4 hours, this will take 2 hours. Like that, activities basis already our client and our company and client are agreed. Okay, this activity it will take 3 hours, and based on that they will add all together this number of hours required to perform these activities, and then they will be assigning the number of people, how many people are required to perform this month end closing of books, to perform this activity, number of hours required to complete these activities. So they will be done the calculation initially starting of this project, and then how many people are required to perform, they will be assigning this project. For example, here total 89 hours are, uh, total number of hours are 89 hours. In each month, average 22 days you are going to be working. 22 days, each day 9 hours. So 22 9 hours, and out of 9 hours you will take 1.5 hour or 2 hours break, like lunch break or whatever the breaks. Those we are going to be exclude, and then balance available hours. Suppose this is the 22 days, and then each day you are going to be working available hours 6.5 hours. Example, 1 hour you will take meeting, 1 hour you will take break, like lunch and dinner. Depends on the time. After available hours to complete your activity, 6.5 hours for each day. Example, and in every month average 22 days will be there. So maybe sometimes 23, sometimes 21 also will come, depends on the number of holidays in that month, but average 22 days into 6.5. So total 143 hours are available for you, and you have the work capacity of 89 hours only. It means that there is no one full-time employee is not required at all. So total 143 hours are required to come. It will be available, but whatever the tasks you are going to perform, only 90 hours, and the balance 53 hours they will give some another tasks to you. Maybe this is the kind of work calculation will be done. So that is why abnormal work no one will give. They will be having calculations. So వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఎవ్రీథింగ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో మీకు అలాగా అన్నెసరీగా సమ్ టైమ్స్ మీరు కొద్దిగా perform, you are going to perform very good, then only they will give some more work. Otherwise they do have everything will be calculations, hourly basis calculations will be there, because all foreign based clients will be charging up this they will be paying the salaries on hourly basis. That is why client compulsory this number of hours are going to be working in each month. It will be tracked, and you are going to be working based on this number of hours. That is why they they will know what how many hours you are going to work each month. So maybe you are saying that I am working this activity last 6 hours, but they have everything tracking. You no need to explain to the, if the team leader or manager will have this is what we call as a scope of activities. Scope means like everything will be calculated starting of the project, our top management and their top management, and this activity, how many hours, these all things will be decided at the project stage level, starting of the project in the transition, before the transition. Once they got this project, our number of employees are required based on countries, and they will hire the number of people. Then each person, one country, they are going to be assigning to complete to work on these activities. In India, for our labor cost will be the less as compared to the other countries. That is why most of the foreign clients are giving the work to the Indian based, like most of the outsourcing work we are getting from the different countries, because labor cost will be the less in India. So this is the simple thing you need to know. That is why before going to any company, these basic things, if you are not aware of it, then maybe it's like a mess, because simple things are must and think you have to be know. Because this working calendar, when we are going to be close up ledgers, in interviews లో మీకు కంపల్సరీ క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతారు. ఏమని అడుగుతారు అంటే, సో వర్కింగ్ డేస్ అంటే ఏంటి, వెన్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి క్లోజ్ యువర్ బుక్స్, వెన్ ఏపీ సబ్ లెడ్జర్ విల్ క్లోజ్, ఏపీ ఏఆర్ సబ్ లెడ్జర్ విల్ క్లోజ్, అండ్ జిఎల్ సబ్ లెడ్జర్ విల్ క్లోజ్. Like that they will ask the cross questions. If you are not aware of this all small things, then you make a critical questions. Then coming to this working days point of view, basically గా మనము previous month books when we are closing, following month లో up to 4 days or 5 days maximum, we will have the time to close our books of accounts. To close in the sense completion and prepare the financial statements and submission to the respective clients. Client will submit to their respective statutory authorities, like local bodies of stock exchange boards, or their local tax related companies, and companies act point of view, and shareholders, stakeholders, banks, organizations, they will submit their financial statements for their further purpose, decision making purpose. But usually this is the story of the activities tracker, how you are going to be prepared. So usual గా ఈ బేసిక్ స్టఫ్ అంతా కూడా ఆల్రెడీ టాప్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ వాళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ చేశారు, మీకు యాక్టివిటీస్ అసైన్ చేశారు. నౌ యూ జాయిన్ సమ్ జెన్పాక్ కంపెనీ ఆర్ ఇన్ఫోసిస్ కంపెనీ, అండ్ దే దే సింప్లీ ఆస్కింగ్ వన్ క్వశ్చన్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద client you worked in previously, what is the shift, and what kind of working month activities you perform, and what is your month start date and month end date, and how many closure will be, how many number of days you are going to be closed. Like that they will ask an interviewer, because they want to test whether you really worked in company or not. Simply they asking, tell me what is your month close cycle, when it is started and is going to be ended. Each day wise, what is the activities you are performing? Just tell me. Like that he is asking. Then if you are not aware of that simple thing, then it's very difficult. Even though you have very good knowledge about all the concepts of prepayments, accruals, deferrals, everything, but you don't aware of a simple thing, that's difficult to understand the process. So now basically every company, uh, mostly service based all organizations, whether it is a captive based, captive means suppose you are joining directly in the company itself, you are not going to provide any outsourcing services. Like you joined some PepsiCo itself, you joined, then you may get more time, but service based you will get less time as compared to the captive based clients. So captive or product based means they work for themselves, not for outsiders. You work for yourself, not for outsiders. Suppose you join Tata Company itself, you are closing the books. It means captive. Tata Company having some clients of outside another countries or any another outside party, that company books you are closing, then it is a work of piece of work you are doing. Then it is a agreement will be there, like 2 years or 3 years agreement will be there. Until that 3 years or 4 years of agreement, you are the person to perform these activities. If it is a captive or product based, there is no agreement. Every work you are going to do long term, because they until their business is there and you will be there. But here it comes to the service based companies, they are getting the clients based on the number of years of contract. Usually, simply 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. Likewise, they will get the contract, but that can be extended after 4 years. So this is the simple process about the before you are going to work in activities. సో మనం యాక్టివిటీస్ కి వెళ్ళే దానికంటే ముందుగా ఈ బేసిక్ స్టఫ్ అనేది మీకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి. వితౌట్ దిస్ బేసిక్ థింగ్స్ ఐ కెనాట్, ఇఫ్ నేను మీకు మొత్తం యాక్టివిటీస్ మొత్తం నేను మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసినా కూడా దీని ముందు స్టెప్స్లో ఏం జరుగుతుందో తెలియాలి కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ వై వి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దిస్ బేసిక్ స్టఫ్. Now I hope so every day once you coming to office, you just open the tracker and check it. What are the activities which you are going to perform? And then once you complete that activity, you will update the status. Then our team leader or manager, what they do, they will check this activity. And suppose this activity is due on today, but you have not yet complete. Then a team leader or manager or assistant manager, he will ask, hey Ramesh, what happened? This activity still not completed and not updated status. Is there any dependency issue? Like that he will ask. Then you should able to explain. Yeah, there is some input files supposed to receive from the client. Once I will get it, I will try to complete it. And if I already sent follow-up email to the client, but still not received this input data, can you please do follow-up from your side also? Like that you can inform to the respective team leader, assistant manager or manager. But your responsibility based on this tracker, you have to complete your activities. So whether it is a GL, AP team or AR team or GL team. So these all three terminologies we call as a domestic point of view, AP, AR, GL under accounts receivable, accounts payable, GL team antam. Where it comes to the MNC point of view, O2C, P2P, R2R. Likewise, we have divided teams into categories. So basically, this team is responsible for all the customer related issues or invoicing or all the issues which are related to customer point of view. This team is responsible for all the suppliers like vendors, invoicing or queries or booking of vendor related invoices, any kind of mismatches. They are all the responsible for this P2P team. Now you are the part of the other than AP and AR, all GL related, any kind of prepayments or any kind of rental, salaries, taxes, and banking activities, and different kind of adjustment entries. These all are responsible for the general ledger R2R team. When you go on attending Genpact or Infosys, first question they will ask, tell me what is you part of which team? What is experience you are carrying? I already told yesterday also, I'm repeating once again. So then you are going to tell I'm having a 4+ years of experience in the R2R, and I'm used to work on so and so client, and I'm having this much of activities experience, and I'm doing this month end closing or intercompany reconciliation or daily bank activity and fixed asset accounting and taxes reconciliation, balance sheet reconciliations. Likewise, we need to explain to the interviewer who is going to be asking the questions, so that they got to know that you worked some XYZ company. Then only you can able to answer these questions. Otherwise, how you will get to know? These all things are happening inside the companies. You are not aware. If you are outside, you don't know this all the things how you are going. I know already. I worked in companies. That is why I know these things. But you are the pressure, or maybe you already working in companies, but not a MNC point of view, or maybe you are don't have exposure to learn inside the companies. So these all things are very, very important things. And those who already really worked in companies, then only they will get to know these things. If you guys are, no one is just providing some institutions, they are not working, they are just knowledge about the books knowledge, then these all things not them, they are not aware of it, how the companies inside the work culture is going on. So now you got the activities idea how we are going to prepare. బేసికల్గా మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఈ మంత్ ఎండ్లో ఎవ్రీ మంత్ ఈ యాక్టివిటీస్ని జనరల్గా వర్క్ డే -4 నుంచి +4. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఇక్కడ మీకు చెప్పినట్లు, సో లాస్ట్ 4 డేస్లో స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది అనుకుందాం. సో జనరల్గా ఫస్ట్ వీ స్టార్ట్స్ విత్ శాలరీస్. యూజువల్గా ఎవ్రీ మంత్లీ 25th లోపల మన అటెండెన్స్ అన్ని ఆల్ అవర్ అటెండెన్స్ విల్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కంప్లీటెడ్, attendance time sheets, and then they are going to calculate the files, salary related files. HR department will calculate and send to the finance department. Finance department, under you are the person to prepare, and you taken the services of the employees. You have to accounting the cost of the employees. The cost is how you are going to be recorded through journals. This is the transactions, recording of the transactions in books. This is called as a journal. Journal is nothing but a primary source document. Once you post any journal, that is going to be impact of our ledgers. Based on that ledgers, it will be transferred to the trial balance automatically. You don't need to transfer manually, because SAP having the functionality. Once you post the journal, it is going to be impact of ledgers, trail balance, and then it is going to impact of financial statements. In the financial statements, we do have a 3 types of finance statements. Simply, you know, right? Like P&L account, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. So these 3 are the financial statement. It's the, if you go and attending any company, so these are the simple basic fundamentals of financial statements we have to prepare most of the companies. So now any kind of business transactions through journals we have to post in our earlier olden days. What we used to do, we will post manually we are recording the transactions in the books. We are maintaining manual records. Now we are using different softwares. ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning point, we are using ERP. That is, most of the companies are using SAP. Example, SAP is one of the most popular, and most of the international big all companies are 90 almost 75% of the market SAP only using. Remaining 20 to 30% of the market only using other softwares. Like in the big companies point of view, small companies point of view, maybe like, you know, Tally, other softwares, right, like Dynamics or Oracle. But SAP, most of the international big clients are using SAP. That is why apart from our subject, you are going to learn how this activity we are going to be perform. This everything we will learn. So now coming to projects point of view, there are 2 types of project. One is the new project, another one is existing project. Based on this number of hours, if suppose this is required of 189 hours, So there is a 2 employees are required, then they will hire the 2 persons, and then they will segregate these activities until here 1 person, and the below activities they will give to another person. Likewise, they are segregation of this work to the 2 persons, and then you got the training and you have the documents and you know how to when to perform, and for this perform of this activity purpose you need access of SAP, you need access of Excel or this all the, and you need to get the data from the clients, you need Outlook, and you want to take any confirmation or any kind of chart or clarification for that MS Teams, like Microsoft Teams will be there. Most of the clients are using Microsoft Teams, MS Office. And if you want to talk with the clients, and you can contact directly to the Microsoft Teams, MS Teams calling. And if you want, you can also chat like how we are using this Skype is there now. Same way, we can also use the MS Teams, Microsoft Teams. We will use to use it. In part B, I will explain to you how you need to set up the meetings, how you need to accept the meetings, and how you need to check the calendar blocking of your calendar based on availability. And those all things we will learn in part B, because that is also very important. But మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్కడైనా వర్క్ చేసి ఉంటే అక్కడ ఆ కంపెనీలో ఆల్రెడీ మీరు టీమ్స్ యూజ్ చేసి ఉంటే దట్స్ వెల్ అండ్ గుడ్. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ నో ఎవ్రీథింగ్, దట్స్ వెల్ అండ్ గుడ్. ఇఫ్ యు నాట్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్, దట్స్ విల్ టీచ్ యూ ఇన్ పార్ట్ బి సెషన్. సో నా మనం ఏ కంపెనీలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాము, వాట్ ఈస్ ద కరెన్సీ ఆఫ్ దట్ కంపెనీ, లైక్ దట్ వాళ్ళు మనకు క్రాస్ క్వశ్చన్ వేస్తారు. సో మీరు ఒక రీజన్ చెప్పారు, నౌ ఐఎమ్ వర్కింగ్ కరెంట్లీ సో అండ్ సో రీజన్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద వాట్ ఈస్ ద కంట్రీ, ఇమీడియట్ క్రాస్ క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతారు. సో నిజంగా ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్ తెలుసుకోవాలనిపించింది అనుకో, మీ మీద డౌట్ వస్తే ఇలాంటి చిన్న క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు. దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఆస్కింగ్ స్మాల్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లైక్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద కంపెనీ కోడ్ యు ఆర్ సపోర్టింగ్ అండ్ విచ్ రీజన్ యు ఆర్ సపోర్టింగ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద కరెన్సీ ఆఫ్ దట్ కంట్రీ, సింపుల్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్. Suppose you are telling Poland and you are telling to currency maybe euro, then basically a statutory requirement point of view, local currency, each country they do have their local currencies, their local currency and reporting currency, document currency, like that 3 currencies are there in SAP point of view. And always local currency, group currency and document currency. So basically you need to convert your amounts into local, and then you are submitting local, but as a group level at headquarters level we are having one currency, like entire Europe is there euro, or maybe UK GBP. If suppose your company is headquarters registered in UK, then GBP, you need to convert all your books into GBP, and then you need to submit that financial statement at group level to their local UK statutory authorities. But each company having a different company codes. Suppose in UK you registered, but you have different company codes in different geographical within the Europe. Suppose Poland, Czech Republic, Germany, Austria, and Slovenia, Croatia, like that. There are around 28 countries are there in entire the Europe. Maybe you are doing the business across the Europe, total Europe. Each country, 28 member accountants are working. Each country 1 person. Then you are supporting for one country, and then our team members, Naveen supporting one, and maybe Sharif supporting one, and then Sabi supporting one country. But 3 people are supporting for each individual different countries, and the activity names remain same, but each country point of view, currencies and the GL accounts may be changed, even though GLs also same, but company codes will be different. Suppose Poland company code different, maybe Czech Republic country company codes are different, because their local tax and conditions may be different. Like in India, we do have to different states, right? Around 29-30 states are there. Each state point of view, earlier we do have a different taxes. Now GST came, and then across all India one taxes. So, and each state wise we have to register, right? That is the way even foreign countries also. based on that reasons and based on that country point of view. In this company financial statements, we have to prepare legal document. This is one of the legal document that is the responsible as a company need to prepare the financial statement as on that country's statutory point of view, and then you need to submit these financial statements to the stakeholders. This is also one of the question interview which is asked in Infosys to our one of the trainee student. And who is the what is the financial statements we need to prepare? What types of financial statements we are going to prepare? To whom we need to submit? And then is asking there are three questions the interviewer is asking. What is the purpose of preparation of finance statements, and what kind of finance statements we will prepare, to whom we need to submit. Likewise, they are asking when you need to perform, when you are going to submit, like small question they are asking. And the person in our trainee is the person he got the opportunity, because even though it is a small questions, but interviewer will satisfied based on those 3 to 4 questions. After that, he is asking, tell me what is the accruals, what is the deferrals, what is the prepayments, and then he given some scenarios, and then he is asking how to post the accruals process in SAP, how to post the deferral process in SAP, how you do, and what is the main concept of accruals. Like he's asking around 15 to 20 minutes, and he got opportunity. Right now he's working and daily he's going to office. So even simple things sometimes you will get the opportunities, but you need to learn this all simple things also, because simple things are getting complicated if you don't aware of it, because when we need to use these terminologies, that is very important. Now we'll move to this activities point of view basically. So basically our organization point of view, this is the simple organization structure, how looks like in company's point of view, in any company's point of view. Simply what we call as a company, what we call as an SAP point of terminal, simply client we call. So company, so headquarters, like where the company is registered. Under the company, we do have different company codes, maybe different locations for the same company having the different locations. Suppose our company like Tata, if you take, there are different under the Tata umbrella, we do have different companies like in the Tata group, Tata Steel, Tata Power, Tata TCS, like consulting. There are different types of companies are there under the Tata group. Like this is the group of company. Under the group of company, they do have different businesses or business and different regions or locations, and that what we call a company code. These financial statements they are going to prepare and submission based on the company code wise. At group level, one common financial statement they will be submitting. At each company code level wise, they will be prepared separate financial statements. And you are the person, suppose one company code, you are responsible person. Sometimes there is a less work. Suppose 50%, only 60 hours are there. One company code, another company code 60 hours. You are the person responsible, another two company codes. So to recording of our transactions, we will be using all list of GL account, that what we call as a chart of accounts. For example, you are posting any kind of business transaction. For each business transactions, we will use one GL account, that what we call as a all list of GL accounts is called as a chart of accounts. This is one of the question in Gen Pact. Tell me what kind of chart of accounts we do have, and what is the purpose of using these chart of accounts, and then what is the meaning of chart of accounts? How many chart of accounts are there? Like that, they will ask you one question, small question. Even though whether you already learn as a consultant also, you should be aware of this simple thing. Basically, మనము chart of accounts అనేవి 3 categories ఉంటాయి. One is a country specific, another one is operative, another one is a group point of view. There are 3 types of chart of accounts will be there. I will teach you again once we will go to the SAP and daily basis we will learn all these things. And coming to the different businesses under this company, they do different kind of businesses. Maybe balance sheet accounts are required to use the balance sheet business areas. Maybe functional level, like each function, how we are going to be performing the functions. Functions in the sense like financing function or marketing function or administration or sales and distribution. Likewise, our business has divided into different functions. In these functions, each function wise, we do capture the cost while booking up the journals. For that purpose, what we are going to use in SAP, basically cost centers. So each cost center wise, how much cost we are incurring. So to track that all the cost point of view, we will use the cost centers. Same way, revenues point of view, we will track profit centers. What is the revenue from which part of this revenue and what kind of product it is and what is the profit center for that. That is why in interview also interviewer will ask if you are aware of SAP, then they will ask simple question ఒక్కోసారి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే సో కాస్ట్ సెంటర్స్ ఆర్ మ్యాండేటరీ whether it is a balance sheet or P&L account. They will ask simply. If you tell interviewer saying that balance sheet also required cost centers, then immediately they got to know that you don't have experience and you are simply coming and trying to opportunities. That is why they will get to know that you do not have experience. You are the not the right fit for that job. They will simple question, but they will get to know you are not having the experience. Usually cost centers are basically we are not going to use for balance sheet account, even whether it is a cost related expenses what you incurred P&L accounts. All P&L accounts, it's mandatory to use the cost centers. Regards to the revenue point of view, we will use the profit centers. So that depends on the company, but usually simple answers. Don't get confused. మనకి సింపుల్ గా మనం ఫైనాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఈ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ బిజినెస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ని వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూజ్ వన్ ఈచ్ బిజినెస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఒక జిఎల్స్ అనేవి క్రియేషన్ ఉంటాయి. యూ నో నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ జిఎల్స్ క్రియేషన్ అనేది సపరేట్ మన టీమ్ ఉంటుంది, మాస్టర్ డేటా టీమ్. This all configurations already done by the SAP team and you are the user of core business team user and you are going to be utilize this SAP. This is already done, development configuration, everything will be done by the consultants and you are the person of the business person. Now you are using that SAP functionality and posting the transaction and recording of your all the transaction into SAP, and then you will get the output as a financial statements. So to get this all the financial statements, basic configuration and basic stuff of everything will be created in the SAP and ERP, and you are the end user using of the SAP and posting of the transaction and getting the output of the financial statements. And main important of this SAP is you are getting the financial statements across worldwide. Once you post any transaction in India and there are different countries business are there. So we can track the financial statement on real-time basis as an year. You post the journals. మనం ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ పోస్ట్ చేసిన ఇమ్మీడియట్లీగా ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఎలా రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అయింది ఏంటి అనేది ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ గెట్ టు నో. దట్ ఈస్ వై functionality of the SAP real-time transaction and real-time updation of the all the financial statements, and there is a lot of interfaces between one system to another systems, and there are a lot of other benefits of this SAP. That is why most of the international clients are using this SAP platform. SAP అనేది most of the big clients అనేది కొద్దిగా యూజ్ చేస్తారు, even though it is a costly but real time functionality, real time వాళ్ళకి analysis point of view they are getting the financial statement. That is why they are using most of the lot of other cross function modules are integrated with one module to another module. That is why SAP getting more popularity compared to other ERP like Oracle or Tally or Navision. So now you got some little bit idea about the company, and then what is the purpose of preparation of financial statements center? It is the legal requirement to prepare the financial statement, and the legal requirement point of view you have to prepare because you are collecting money from the public and you are doing the business with public money. That is why you are the responsible person. What is the money you are spending, whatever the money you are collecting from the public, and based on that public money you are doing the business. Then you are the transparently, you need to provide the results of the funds, what you are using of that funds, and how your segregation and everything has to be disclosed. These all are transparency and disclosure. These all are the our accounting concepts and conventions over there. I will teach you more. సో మనం అక్కడ డిస్కస్ చేసుకుందాం అకౌంటింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అండ్ కన్వెన్షన్స్ టుమారో మేబీ. సో నా ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్డర్స్. సో బేసికల్గా మన కంపెనీలో కొన్ని ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకుందాం. ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ని కాస్ట్ను ట్రాక్ చేయడం కోసం మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఆ కాస్ట్ని మనము సమ్ పీస్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ కింద డివైడ్ చేసేసి సమ్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్డర్ ఆ WBS ఎలిమెంట్స్ లాగా డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్లో పీస్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ని మనము కంప్లీషన్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆల్ ప్లేసెస్ క్లబ్ టుగెదర్ we will get one big output. So to break the cost and to get the cost which are breaking into the different parts, that all parts once the project is completed or once the product is completed, total cost you are clubbing and then you are going to do the total cost as a asset, or either it is a you need to capitalize or you need to charge to the P&L account, that you will be deciding. So basically internal orders and WBS elements we are going to use the project's cost. Basically మనం ఒక బిల్డింగ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ చేస్తున్నాం ఫర్ ది అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ పర్పస్ ఆర్ ప్రొడక్షన్ పర్పస్. Then what will be happen, you are booking the journals. The cost what you are incurring on that project you are booking as a journal. So that time you no need to use a cost center, because cost center if you use it, it will go to the P&L, and this cost is a long-term perspective. This is the short-term perspective. So long-term is nothing but the cost whatever you are incurring on that project, it is getting the benefit of the company's long-term. So that time we used to use the WBS or internal order. So we will learn it in depth going forward. Now just learn simple things. So this is the simple organization structure. You can see over here company codes, chart of account, business area, functional. These are all things. Why importance is when we are posting any transaction, you should aware of it, where what is the importance of this one. And coming to the main master data point of view, we do have a different kinds of master data. One is a configuration data, another one is a master data, and then transactional data. కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ డేటా అంటే కన్సల్టెంట్స్ వాళ్ళు చేస్తారు. దిస్ ఆల్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో కంపెనీ కోడ్, దిస్ ఆల్ కంపెనీస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి డన్ బై ది కన్సల్టెంట్స్. అండ్ దెన్ మాస్టర్ డేటా we will be creation based on this masters, customers, assets. This all comes under the master data to do using of day-to-day transactions. And third one is the transactional data, day-to-day business transactions. So these configurations data will be done by consultants. If you are joining some SAP FICO consultant, you should aware of this all the things. But as a end user point of view, you need to know master data and then transactional data. Master data ante enti, transactional data ante enti meeku teliyali. So SAP FICO జాయిన్ కన్సల్టెంట్గా జాయిన్ అయ్యామనుకోండి, మీరు కన్సల్టింగ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ కూడా తెలియాలి. యాజ్ ఏ ఎండ్ యూజర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో మీకు ఓన్లీ మాస్టర్ డేటా, ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ డేటా. సో ఈ మాస్టర్ డేటా మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక కాస్ట్ సెంటర్ యూజ్ చేసి ఒక జర్నల్ పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఒక వెండర్ నెంబర్తో మీరు ఒక ఇన్వాయిస్ పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు రిలేటెడ్ టు P2P టీమ్. Then you got some error. You will go and refer it whether this vendor is active or deactivated. Those things we will refer based on the master data. You try to post on journal and that cost center is not valid. This cost center is no more valid. Like that you are getting error. This kind of all the details we will get in the master data. Transactional data ante day to day business transactions. మనం బిజినెస్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాం, ఒక షేర్స్ ఒక అమౌంట్ షేర్స్ రూపంలో ఇష్యూ చేసినాం, అమౌంట్ కలెక్ట్ చేసినాం, అండ్ దెన్ యూ ఆర్ డూయింగ్ దట్ అమౌంట్ విత్ ద బిజినెస్. దెన్ యూ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ దట్ బిజినెస్, ఆ అమౌంట్ని మనం బిజినెస్లో స్పెండ్ చేసి మనం బిజినెస్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాం. డే టు డే జరిగే ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అన్నిటిని కూడా మనము ఇలా ఫైనాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్లో ఇలా సెగ్రిగేషన్ అయిపోతాయి అనమాట. అసెట్స్, లయబిలిటీస్, ఇన్కమ్స్, ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్, కాక్స్, లైక్ దట్. ఈ చార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్లో మన జిఎల్స్ అనేవి సెగ్రిగేషన్ అయిపోయి ఉంటాయి. సో ఐ థింక్ ఆల్రెడీ 11:30 అయింది మనకి. సో నేను కొద్దిగా ఎక్కువ చెప్పినట్టున్నా. సో మీరేమైనా ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ, so that we will try to discuss little bit regarding your doubts. Anyway, tomorrow I'll try to cover up with based on the topics of what we have. సో మన దగ్గర ఉన్న టాపిక్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో మనం వెళ్దాము. సో ఈ రోజు నుంచి మనము నెక్స్ట్, ఈరోజు 10th కదా, సో నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ 10th లోపల విల్ ట్రై టు ఫినిష్ ఇట్ అండ్ లెట్స్ సీ, హోప్ఫుల్లీ. సో ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్, సో దట్ ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు క్లారిఫై ఇట్ బిఫోర్. స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేసినా కదా, నవీన్ డౌట్స్నా?
లేదు సార్.
ఓకే, వస్తుంది. మీకేం డౌట్స్ ఉన్నామా?
కొంచెం టెక్నికల్ టర్మినాలజీ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలి సార్, అంతే సార్.
ఓకే, గుడ్. సో సరీఫ్,
దట్స్ అబౌట్ మై సైడ్ సార్, నాట్ యువర్ సైడ్.
ఓకే. సో మీకు ఏమైనా మీకు చిన్న డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా అడగండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. వీఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ ఫేజ్. డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అండ్ డోంట్ గెట్ టూ మచ్ ఆఫ్ టెన్షన్.